I felt that I could fly over the waves. These are the words of Bartłomiej Marszałek. He's a boating F1 racing driver. Now, honestly, I hadn't heard that much about this sport, so I'm really looking forward to finding out more. Bartłomiej, welcome to World Tonight.
Hello.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
It's a pleasure. So tell us about the sport. What is it? The the boating F1.
Yeah, it's same as in the cars. We have F1, so which is the top of the top. In power boating is the same, F1 H2O, because this is the full name.
Right.
It's the top inshore category. So we race same as cars in the teams. There is 10 teams and 20 drivers from I think 50 or 16 different nations. I'm the first and only one guy from Poland there, and I'm following my family story. My father, he was 6 times world champion in smaller classes in hydro racing, also in power boating.
Wow.
My brother was also world champion, and now it's my turn.
So you've got quite a tradition to follow.
Yes, but my way to F1, it was not easy because, you know, at the beginning it was almost impossible to get there because it's really expensive sport and prestigious one. So I really.
So how did you find the funding for this?
No, it was long story. Step by step, I go from one class to another. So I got good results, and then in 2010 and 11 I raced in Formula 2, which is the last step before F1, and. People from Nautica team from USA, they offer me to participate in their team as a reserve driver. It's same story like in the cars. Then I go to Middle East for a couple of months to Qatar, Emirates, and then I learn a lot there how to drive the boat, how to maintain the engine, because I'm not only the driver, I'm also the guy who takes care of all team, of coordination from technical point of view, logistic point of view, marketing point of view.
Good. You have your hands full.
Yes, but it was only one way for me to participate in such expensive sport, because I'm competing with the teams like Victory Dubai, Team Abu Dhabi, Team China, Team Sharjah. We have just three different teams just from Emirates. So you can imagine that.
I can imagine. They have deep pockets, no?
Yes, and they pay a lot of money. For example, sometimes it's not fair because they can, for example, lock some companies, some suppliers. They can lock you the way to get anything. So I also need to produce a lot of things. So I'm not only representing my country as a driver, but it's also a Polish tradition, Polish specialist in different composites, in some engineering stuff.
Right.
So it's really, I'm not pay money to get some service abroad. We doing everything.
Okay, so these Polish companies are actually involved with supplying you and building the boats and that designing, I suppose, that kind of thing. Is that right?
Yeah, it's Poland, but also many other countries.
Yes.
So only in the boat there is, I think, 15 plus countries with different components.
Different components being. So tell us a little bit about this. I mean, because certainly I've not seen what is it, F1 H2O?
Yes, exactly.
F1 H2O televised very often. Do you expect that to change in the near future so you can grow your audience?
Yeah, it's really a spectacular sport. So it's based on the same rules as F1 cars. So racing weekend looks the same. We have qualifications in 3 stages, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So we are fighting for the pole position for the Grand Prix. And then we have a short sprint race, same as cars. And on Sunday there is a main Grand Prix event. It's 45 laps, up to 55 laps. So it's 50 minutes approximately of pure racing. Boats, they are amazing because we are flying above the water.
Above the waves, as you said.
Yes, but you have many buttons and switches inside. You can adjust the angle of the boat, how it fly through the water.
Right,
so
right.
The less you touch the water, the faster you go, but the margin of mistake is very small because when you trim boat up too much, you will roll over. And
right.
on the corners, water gives you possibility which is impossible to achieve by cars or any other vehicles on the wheels.
So you've got the support going around the corner.
Yes, like on this glass. I can put my finger in the water. On this surface, it's impossible. So with my boat, I can trim the boat in on the corner and I stick to the water, which
Right.
provides such amazing grip which provides 9 up to 10 Gs of G-force in the corners.
Well,
So
that
it's-
certainly sounds very demanding. I guess you have to keep yourself very fit, do you?
Yes, it's really
Like the
big
car
challenge.
racing drivers. eh?
Yes, because it's quite the corners are really
Yes,
hard because
yeah.
it's really big. For in one race you have approximately 50 laps, 8 up to 10 turns in one lap, so it's 400 to 500 turns with such big G
That's,
forces.
yeah.
But the corners are the
Spend
most
a lot
amazing.
Of, a lot
because
of
this
time in the
is-
gym. Now, you know, you've been competing for a number of years, but last year you came first in Indonesia. Is that right? Tell us about that.
No, it was amazing event. It was this is new location, Lake Toba. It's very nice venue. So Indonesian people are also amazing. But it was my first victory in the sport. Before in Emirates, it was nice story because in Emirates it was 2 Grand Prix. I was third, I was then second, and then I was first. So I take this podium like a steps, 3-1.
Right.
It's really important stage in my life because I develop a lot of things, including also my experience and confidence inside the boat, because you need to really drive a lot. It's different
Sure.
than in the cars. We don't have in my sport some young newcomers who are immediately good. You need
Yes.
to drive and really
A lot of experience.
feel and
Lot of
because it's
experience.
very easy to crash it, and you really need to be careful.
Well, I can
and-
imagine at those speeds and with those G-forces, it must be.
Yes.
But you travel a great deal around the world from the sound of it. Now, that must be actually quite tough for your family life.
Yes, I need to share this time because now on on upcoming Saturday I'm flying to Vietnam for another Grand Prix. So now I also have other race in my life. I said, race like because I'm racing also for the health of my little daughter, my princess. So
Yeah.
especially now it's quite challenging.
So tell us what the problem is with your daughter.
Now
What's her name,
it's
first of
Malvina.
Malvina.
It's amazing.
What's
Yes.
her-
Now
yeah.
it's quite tough moment for me. I see her on the screen. Last year in June we got the bad news because we got the diagnosis about Rett syndrome. This is a rare neurological disease. It's devastating one. So at the beginning when kid arrived in this world, she was healthy. She got 10 Apgar points, so
Right,
everything
right.
was well. You take deep breath, relax, that all is good, and then after 9 or 10 months of her life, we start to realize that
So
something.
is this genetic or is it a virus? Or?
No, this is rare disease, and it's coming one for 10,000 newborns. It just happened like coincidence from medical point of view for us, but I believe that from the gut, it's not coincident for me. We will stay strong, and for sure I will do
I'm
my
sure.
best to help her. But
So how are you treating this? Is there a treatment?
yeah, there is the first one treatment approved in USA by FDA. This is the oral solution liquid called Daybue, which is quite expensive because now I need to pay $10,000 for 1 week of this
Right.
medication.
Incredible. Incredible.
So luckily in all this bad story we have hopes because the gene therapy is really behind the corner. So now
Well, we wish,
especially, yes,
we
USA.
wish
they are
Malvina
doing-
every success. Now, if somebody wants to support you in your challenge with Malvina, is there somewhere they can contact you? And
Yes, there is the foundation called Pomaga in Poland. This is the
Pomaga.
most famous, and there is Malwina Marszałek, and you can support us. I really ask you for help because it's not easy. I spent almost all of our savings, so I can really handle a couple of more months, and we need to find some external source of help because in Poland we don't have same support like in USA from insurance, for example.
Well, we have a very generous audience, I'm
Yes,
sure.
let's
Thank you
hope
very
so,
much for
so.
coming in and sharing
Thank you.
all
you
of
so
your
much.
information. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Nice to meet
Bye.
Bartłomiej.